Preseason momentum at stake here as we have a Week 2 clash here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Mississippi State Bulldogs and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Guys, I have checked in with the Bulldogs head coach. He is very concerned about this crowd. It is a tough place to play, and with this home crowd, he knows that this is going to be one of their biggest challenges so far of the season. Can they get an upset on the road with this crowd noise, with this environment? He says his team has to stay locked in and focused to make it happen on the road today. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Mississippi State ready to kick off to get this game started. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll run the counter. He never had a chance to get it to the edge, and first play of the game, and you're already behind the sticks.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
It'll be 3rd and long. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Trying to take it back. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3-and-out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Throwing Raiola. Got his man on the outside. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
The run inside. It's Jackson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Here's the pressure. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
And right now, it looks like there's 12, 13, 14 guys on defense. I mean, last possession, you saw him break on the football, get the pick six. Now, another opportunity again. Dialed in, focused, breaks on the football, but that's why he plays defense. Shows you why he's not a receiver, but this defense is dialed in.
Back to the ground game on the left. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. The Bulldogs want to crank the tempo.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
They'll ride the hot hand. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
On the option. Now the toss. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
That's exactly what you want to do against the option. You want that thing to string along out wide so you get more bodies to the football. Nice job playing the first option, the quarterback. They've set the pitch out wide. Guess what? Ready for that, too. They tackle him, and they get him on the ground.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Austin Mack. The quick out. They make the tackle at the 33, and it is well short of the first down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Hauls it in, looking for space. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. And so the Tar Heel offense makes its way onto the field to start the drive. Things haven't gone exactly the way they drew it up. Turnover, punt, and now they have it back. Looking for space. It's French. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Rides to the back. Knocked down for the tackle.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Now on the option. And he did not make it. The defense standing tall against the run.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
They send the tight end in motion. They're going to test the right side with this one.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Keep it on the ground. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Mississippi State right back to the line. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He makes the fair catch at his own 8-yard line, and that might have kept him from being backed up even further. Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Right back to him on the ground. A very short pickup there, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola. Got his man on the right. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Well, I know there's a lot of people out there thinking, hey, it's third down, you got to throw to the sticks here, but I like the call getting the drag. You get the catch, he advances it a little bit, doesn't quite pick it up, but now you've set up 4th and short. And you've got to think on offense, you've got to play somewhere that can go.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Tries to get it on the ground. And he's not going to be able to wedge his way there. The defense with the stop.
What a great job by this defense. You get third down stop, and you're like, yes, put my hand in the air, 4th down, force a punt. They go for it, and you get a stop and set your offense up in great field position already. Nice job by this defense.
Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, the give, looking for room. There's a crease. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right up the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
And they tacked on the extra point. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow, they don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill, go get the running back, get a tackle for a loss.
It'll be third and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola on third down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Finding an escape route. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Keeps it on the option. And he'll be hit immediately. No gain on the play.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Mack fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
And the extra point is good. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no punt, and he's got room. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Tar Heels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Here's Raiola to throw. Finds his tight end. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Man, this offense, they needed that one in the worst way, right? They're getting blown out in this game so far, and as we get close to halftime, they've got to be able to put a good drive together. They've got to be able to come away with a touchdown here, close the gap a little bit going into the second half.
Finding some room. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And that's a good sign. It's a good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
And the Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Might be changing the route. Raiola. That's reeled in. It's Jackson. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
And you never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Zings it complete to the right. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. The Tar Heels want to move quickly.
And that's a big play for this offense, and they need to get going. They've built themselves a deficit. They need points on this drive, or else, guys, the second half, we're going to be telling old war stories, right? Like back in my day, and Jesse did this, and I did that. So, I mean, come on, offense. Let's put this together. Let's keep this game competitive.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Under fire. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. The Bulldogs will use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola. Soft spot in the middle. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
Well, the bad news on defense is you gave up a big completion. The good news, though, you showed great effort making a tackle and getting them down inside the 5-yard line. Effort does matter, and we'll see. If they can hold the offense here to 3 points, that might be the type of play defensively that may win you this game.
Timeout now called by the Tar Heels. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
Great play by the cornerback. In this offense, they're just trying to get this receiver the ball quickly to see if he can make something happen. But that cornerback was draped all over him. Nice job.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Big guy smells it. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. They've moved it right to the edge, and they need 1 more yard for the touchdown on 3rd down. They'll try to power it in. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. North Carolina will call it 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And this defense has a chance to make a big stop on 4th and goal from the 4. On the option. And make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on down.
And you could tell he trusted himself. He thought he could take off, get that first down. Just a little too much speed on that defense. They closed that gap so quick. Didn't let him get to the first down marker. Turnover on downs.
Wilson on the carry. Good gain there. Picks up the first down, and now maybe this offense attacks before the half.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. We start with the Washington Huskies in their matchup against the number 2 team, the USC Trojans. And it's the Huskies, able to pull off the upset in this one, but by the narrowest of margins. This will push them to 2-0 on the season. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
They'll go play action with Mack. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And you just get the feeling this defense is going to have to make more negative plays like that. You're down multiple possessions tonight. You need to come away with sacks to see if you can scrape and claw and get back in this game.
And the Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Complete out left to Wilson. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Now facing a 3rd and long. Throwing, Mack. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And I'm not surprised by this QB, man. He's picking up where he left off, right? They've built a cushion, built a lead, struggling to stop the passing game, keep pushing the ball down the field. He's making the right reads, and this offense is in a groove.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Wilson.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll go right back to him. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. motion from the back. Austin Mack. Sends it downfield. Upstairs, he's got it. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the first down. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Mack. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Taking it the other way. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, North Carolina. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play, but defense, great job making the interception, and you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Grabs it in the middle. They get him down after he makes the catch.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. This 3rd down a little longer after that penalty. Throwing Mack. Quickly out to the tight end. Snags it, and there's running room. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Those sloppy false start penalties can be drive killers. It's 2nd and 13. Austin Mack. Flips it out on the screen. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Clock stops momentarily as there is an injured Bulldog on the play. That appears to be their junior starting wide receiver, someone they obviously do not want to lose. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on his situation. Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now. Tight end now in motion. They'll run it with Wilson. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Mack makes the grab. It's Jackson. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
It's a nice play call there. You've got two-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
They'll run it. It's Wilson. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Throwing Mack. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. Got some room to run. The 40. At the 20. Touchdown Tar Heels. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
Oh, they could not have come up with a bigger play at a more opportune time. The defense getting the interception and taking it back to the house right at a point in the game when it looked like the offense was maybe going to pad their lead and seal this one. All of a sudden, this game has gotten really interesting.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. And after that stop by the defense, a productive drive here, a couple of first downs, maybe a score, and they could put this thing away. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
The sure hands, it's Cotton. Breaks into the open. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to them, and they'd go down right away. Not this.
They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered to get to the football.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Austin Mack looking for a deep man. Catch inside the 25. Off and running. And he scores. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Well, you got to give the quarterback a lot of credit on that one, David. As soon as he recognized man coverage, there was no question where he was going to be looking. One of the fastest wide receivers in the game.
I was about to say, you credit the quarterback. It's his speed. You play him man-to-man, he gets open, he wins. I'm not sure why we're crediting the quarterback. He's got jets.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board.
Hits the accelerator to the right. Past the 20. Touchdown, UNC! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. The Tar Heels respond with that score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the... Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here.
I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. That'll be enough to give Mississippi State a fresh set of downs.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Right back to the well. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Running inside. It's Crosby. Tackled there by the defense.
Gotta love the way the defense is playing here on this drive. Down in the game in the fourth quarter. They're expecting run, and they're getting stops these last two snaps. If they can get a big play here, they've got an opportunity to get off the field and probably get pretty good field position to put their offense in a position to maybe go score.
Quarterback will keep it. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Here's a heat. Fires to the tight end. Turning it on. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. The Bulldogs go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They feed him again. Got enough for the first. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Running the red zone, it's Hill. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Timeout now called by the Tar Heels. That'll be their first. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll move the wide receiver. The receiver on the jet sweep. Bulldozes his way through. He's got enough to move the chains, and that clock will keep moving, and they'll be able to run it out. North Carolina will call its 2nd timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Mississippi State does. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Mississippi State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. He'll bring it out. It's Patterson. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Here's Raiola to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Took it all the way back to the house. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
He'll bring it out. It's Patterson. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. And so the Tar Heel offense makes its way onto the field to start the drive. This has been a really disappointing performance, David. No question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to...
Looking for a huge play. And it's his 4th interception of the night. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook, the old kneel down from victory formation. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably